good? Hi everybody, how you doing? I'm here in Delano and I'm at a shopping center that's completely vacant. It has a big giant for lease sign on it out front, and the only thing that's open is the Armed Service Recruiting Center, which says a lot about the economy here. And Delano is famous because this is a place where Cesar Chavez started his first march, the historic one, back in the 60s, and it was to support the rights of farm workers, help them start a union, and now prisons have passed farm work as the main employer, in Delano, which also, I think, says a lot about the state of the state. And interestingly, on the way, I know you guys just read the Grapes of Wrath section where you have the guy in the tractor where he's going, to knock down the house, and the guy comes out and says, I'm going to shoot you. Who do you shoot? And, and they had the whole conversation about, well, you don't shoot me, you shoot the guy at the bank. No, don't shoot the guy at the bank, go to Washington. And then you find out that power is actually larger, than that one guy. I had an interesting conversation on the way here, and then I'll read you a little bit more Grapes of Wrath, with a guy driving in the morning, actually, before I get to that. In the morning, we were at a middle school, and we talked to the teachers, and the teachers are saying, we had to lay off 4 people this year. This little tiny town, McFarland, average income $12,000 a year. And next year we've cut everything we can cut. We're going to have to lay off even more people. And then the security guy who works there said, yeah, really what it's all about now is it's prisons or schools, and we're going to have to choose pretty soon. And then we're walking down the road on the way to Delano, and we stop, and another tractor comes by, and a guy goes, hey, what do you guys mean? What's the future? And we said, well, we're marching because there's been, a lot of cuts to the schools, $20 billion cuts in the schools. He goes, I think we give too many, dollars to the schools, too much money to the schools. Where's the money come from anyways, the government? And then I said, well, yeah, that's where it comes from, and there's actually been $20 billion of cuts. And he's like, you know what? I think you give too much money to the schools. Why do they have all those fancy buses? You know what we got to do? We got to swat the kids. That's what we got to do. Why don't their parents pay for their food? Why do I got to pay for it? Swat the kids. And I said, well, have a good day, sir. So here you have a tractor in the 1930s and a tractor in 2010, and they're both going to run people over in one way or another. But I want to end on a more positive note, because after this break, we're going to go to Cesar Chavez Park and be greeted by the UFW. And another part of the Grapes of Wrath is where Tom Joad's talking to his mother when he has to run off because he's got in a fight and somebody got killed in a strike. Tom was protecting, another guy, Preacher Casey, saving his life, and his mom is watching him as he's going away, escaping the police so he doesn't get, railroaded into jail for defending somebody. And she says, well, where are you going to be? And this is Tom Joad trying to explain where he's going to be. He says, well, maybe like Casey says, a fellow ain't got a soul of his own, but only a piece of a big one. And then what, Tom? Then it don't matter. Then I'll be all around in the dark. I'll be everywhere, wherever you look. Wherever there's a fight so hungry people can eat, I'll be there. Wherever there's a cop beating a guy, I'll be there. If Casey knowed, why, I'll be in the ways guys yell when they're mad. I'll be in the way kids laugh when they're hungry. And supper's ready. And when our folks can eat the stuff they raise and live in the houses they build, why, I'll be there. See, God, I'm talking like Casey, comes a thinking about him so much, seems like I can see him sometimes. I don't understand, Ma. Ma said. I don't really know. Me neither, said Tom. It's just been stuff I've been thinking about. I've been thinking a lot. You ain't moving around. You got to get back, Ma. You take the money then. He was silent for a while. All right, he said. And that's it.